But we did some good things, and we got a lot that we got to work on. That's why you play these games. Really impressed with A-Dub and Eastern Kentucky's program. They're tenacity defensively, aggression, tempo offensively. It was a really, really paced game, excuse me. Score could have indicated that a little bit more, but two teams I thought that really got after it from a tempo standpoint.
And what was the main thing you guys wanted, you specifically want to accomplish tonight? You said there's still things to work on, but
Sure.
kind of what did you want to get done today?
We explored some different rotations, different combinations. Obviously, you'd like to have a couple of guys that are healthy in Sonny and JJ. Got to get those guys back. You wanted to get through playing in front of your crowd for the first time, you know, and find some success, regardless of the final score, but some individual, some team success, and you know, just test yourself for the first time in front of people.
What's up with Sonny, JJ and Sonny right now? What's their injuries? JJ and Sonny?
JJ's been out with a leg issue for a few days now. We'll see here, and then Sonny he had some type of leg or knee. I was told they're early game, and we'll have to get it looked at. So,
Is there, with ice on it and everything else, it just looked concerning, Sonny? I mean, any
Yeah.
concern about it being?
always
a bad
concerned.
one?
Just don't know. Optimistic, hopeful, in good hands with Turbo. We'll see. Hopefully, something tonight, tomorrow. Who knows?
Is there anything at all to read in the starting lineup you had tonight? A lot of young guys out there getting first crack at it, and
We've got a lot of parity, and I keep saying healthy competition and willing to experiment moving forward. Just went with a gut feeling on that one. Went with it yesterday in practice, did it tonight. Who knows what it'll look like next Monday.
So, sort of following on that, how did
Yeah.
you feel like Silas did starting, and what did
Yeah.
he kind of show you when he was out there?
Thought, against a team that presses you for literally 40 minutes, and that's what we were told, and that's what we watched on film, and that's what they did. They're fun to compete against, fun to watch. Again, I think that they're gonna have a lot of success this year and have a real chance to go to the NCAA tournament. Thought Silas showed a lot of poise, and not surprisingly, he's mature for his age, for sure.
Is that about what you've been getting from RJ, like in your scrimmages and your secret scrimmage?
Yeah, he's more than secretly pretty good. He's a good player, he's good at a lot. He can fill the stat sheet, and I like the level of confidence that he played with for a guy who hasn't logged those type of minutes, in his college career. So good to see him take advantage. And who knows, moving forward, again, he's got competition too at his spot, but I thought he played pretty well tonight.
Jabri and Justin, two guys that you clearly look at as leaders on this team.
Yep.
How do you feel like they did coming off the bench tonight?
Both guys, I consider, potential starters. We got a few of those guys. And again, who knows moving forward, but both those guys from a cultural standpoint have been really good, regardless. And Jabri hasn't, I want to say he's coming off a season that he didn't start at all, if I'm not mistaken. Looking back in retrospect, that stat maybe should have been different. But he's a guy that I expect to have a good year for us.
Obviously, it was just an exhibition, but 99 points, that was far more than you guys ever scored in a game last year. Is that the kind of offensive production you feel like this group is capable of having on a pretty consistent basis?
Not in the SEC. It'd be hard to do that Monday night. That said, our tempo was pretty good, and I think this team's going to be a little bit better with continuity type stuff, where we're free flowing and just playing. Hopefully a little bit better in the open floor. And I like the way this group shares it. That wasn't on full display tonight, the way that EKU defends you, really extended. It was really hard to move the ball, forced us to put our heads down and drive a little bit more than we'd like to against more of a conventional defense. But we'll see some of that in our league too. Got to cut more, got to get on the offensive glass more, got to convert from the foul line better.
How do you feel about Russell's play tonight? It looks like it became a little more aggressive in the second half and had a pretty good second half tonight.
Yeah, we're gonna need that moving forward, even more of it. Struggled to change ends in the second half as much as he did in the first half. You gotta continue to play through non-touches and almost offensive rebounds and stuff like that. But overall, for his first time wearing red and black, we're pleased.
You talked a little bit about Silas. What did you make of the impact of Blue and Dylan, the other two freshmen that had pretty
Slow and steady.
significant
Didn't mean to cut you. Slow and steady. Like Silas, those three. I want to say maybe a week or two ago we sat upstairs and talked about how of the four freshmen, Mari's kind of the motor man. Ultra competitive, high level energy, and those other three for freshmen are a little bit unique in their pace. For freshmen, it's the game's a little bit slow for them compared to other freshmen that we've coached.
How fast in the shot clock do you want them to be taking shots? Like, it seems like they were pretty fast.
Well, just if we get a great shot, it just happened to be the tempo was off the charts because again, a lot of that had to do with the way that EKU approaches their defensive philosophy, and it came again. They pressed every single possession. We want to attack the press, So whether we're playing late clock or whether we're shooting it 4 seconds in, if it's our shot, we talk about it every day. If it's our shot or an A shot, let's let it fly. I thought there were a couple times there. We had some my turn shots early second half, uncharacteristic for a good team. Can't do that. Got to learn from that. But I thought late in the game we actually had some, positively speaking, probably a couple that we should have shot. Blue had one, Jabri had one that turns into really good ball movement. Ended up not getting as good a one as we had a little bit earlier in the clock. So we'll continue to learn when and where we shoot it from what personnel.
Just based on what you saw tonight, what do you feel like you guys need to clean up the most before you guys play more?
Attention to detail defensively, overall rebounding the ball. It's got to be a big factor for us moving forward, both offensively and defensively. It could have been better there. And again, because we'll be playing next Monday, we'll play a team that's got much greater size and length, and we will for the rest of the year, right? Our non-conference is pretty tough, playing several high majors, and then we get in the SEC and look as good a rebounding league as there is in the country. And credit EKU for being pretty good on the glass, and that's why they're a winning program. Those guys were a little bit undersized, but they're every bit as physical as us and tough on the glass. And we've got to be better than that against high major opponents.
You talk about the rebounding. For somebody that scored as well as RJ did, what did you think of his rebounding night?
Pretty good. Good activity, good motor. You got a good nose for the ball, good hands, and he was active for. I thought Silas had a couple good rebounds in traffic too, showed some toughness. But we've got to do that collectively from all positions a little bit better.
Last question, anybody?
I got a question for y'all. What are we trick or treating in? What are we wearing? Any suggestions?
What do you got out of your house?
I've got some options. Hadn't figured out tomorrow night though yet. I was thinking about maybe getting on Amazon and doing a last minute. It won't get here in time, right? My watch is dead.
Do it quick.
Darn it.
How old's your oldest?
16.
So are they all still trick-or-treating?
I'm gonna be begging 2 or 3 to go, but number 5 will be going for sure, because I'm going. He's going with me. I was thinking about maybe Ricky Bobby. We'll see.
Oh, I saw that somewhere.
You gotta work on the side.
Ain't first class.
Yeah.
He's really the side